Hi, welcome back to Box Delights, and we've got a proper treat for you today. This is a playthrough of Field of Glory, the card game. But this isn't going to be an ordinary Box Delights playthrough. No, I'm going to be playing two-player, and I'm going to be playing against OG from the Late Night Gamer. And we're going to each play our part, video our part, and then we're going to mash it together at the end into this film. It's a two-player card game based on the popular miniature figure rules created by Scott Hall and Shaw, published by Slytherin. This one is Martin Wallace game.
It's set in the area of the Second Punic War, where each of the players will have an identical set of army cards, either red or blue. Now, Rick and I have already rolled for first player.
This is my roll. I've gotten a 4. Now OG's rolling. Yep, he's got a 6. Second player gets choice of colours. I chose red.
Okay, so I am the first player and Rick chose red, so that leaves me with the blue army. They're both identical, so it doesn't matter. What we're going to do now is that we are going to draft. We're going to select out of these 48 cards, we're going to select only 24. And we are going to battle across a battlefield, which the second player, Rick, is going to set up.
The battlefield is 5 columns. It's going to be determined randomly. The aim of the game is to control 3 of those columns at the start of your turn, and if you do so, you will win the game. So we've got hill, rough, woods, and a whole bunch of plain. I'll explain how we set up the 5 columns, and we're going to learn to play. So we're not going to focus too much on the rules up front. We're going to get stuck right into the game and teach you how to play as we play together. Okay. This is a plain. No special features. We're just going to have a regular battle across this part of the battlefield. This is one of the locations that we've got to try and fight to control. As you're setting up, we're going to create these 5 columns up and down the board like so. If you draw a plane, put it towards the middle. If we draw something other than a plane, you put it on the flanks, the 2 flanks. Alright, so here's our plane. Woods. Okay, so I'm going to place the woods off to the left flank. It doesn't matter if I choose left or off or right. Plain. Rough. Okay, that's going to go on the right flank. And then we can either have another, I think it's hills or plain, another plane. Alright, so that's where you set up. Planes to the middle, anything other than planes, just place as far from the middle as you can. Now, because we're going to be playing 2-player, I'm going to turn the battlefield around this way. OG chose to be blue, and he's going to be the first player, so he's going to be playing from the left here, so his perspective is like so. I'll be playing from the right. As we win control of these columns, you turn the column, so if I take control, then we turn the column like so, right? So the control is facing me. If OG wins control, we'll turn it this way, right? 3 at the beginning of your turn, under your control, you win. The rest of these terrain cards, they're going to go back to the box. Like I said, I chose to play red, so I'll take all the red cards. OG is going to draft his blue army.
Okay, so now we are going to do the draft, and in the draft I select 4 cards like this, and we choose 2 of them, and the 2 others go out of the game actually. So my plan is to take control of the woods up here with some light infantry, and then just try to expand into the plains. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I will take every commander I can get because he gives 5 command points and he helps in battle. So I take him. This is difficult. The archer is nice. He doesn't give any command points by himself, but he will support other units. You can combine him with any other unit on the terrain. Normally they can only be identical units on a terrain, but the archer can always combine. So, but I will take this light infantry because I would need that in order to go into the woods. Okay. Okay, so these are out of the game. We take 4 new cards. Yeah, there's another commander. I will take him, and I need to take the elephant. This is a strong unit. There are 5 of these commanders in the game, as you can see by these 5. I will take the commander and the light infantry, discarding these. So again I will take the light infantry, and yeah, I like the archer, so I'll take the archer. Must admit that I haven't played this game a lot, so the strategy here is maybe well, I'm not sure I'm going to be the best strategic commander, but hopefully Rick is not as very strategic either, so I can survive. Let me take these units. No, out with them. It's difficult. I like the medium one, it's sort of in the middle of everything, so why not? It's the medium one, and yeah. These are some command cards that you can play. I will not take these command cards. Just complicate stuff, right? So you want to take, I guess, also a few of the same type, so that you can make sure that you can get them on the table, both, or get 2 units on the table. The reserves I like, because that allows me to draw extra cards. Yeah, I will take the elephant, and I take the other pike here. So, okay, that's the draft. These cards go out of the game.
I'm going to draft my red army, so we'll give this a good shuffle. And now we can start the draft. Okay, now, like deck builders, there's some different values on here that we're looking out for. We've got a spear, a couple of commanders, and an elephant. The cost to play this, once we're in the game, the cost to put these down would be 5 for the elephant, 5 for the spear. If it's on the flank, it gets a penalty. In this case, +3, +3. Then we have an attack value, so we've got 5 and 4. The elephants are a bit stronger. And then these values down here, the 3 and the 4, these are how much towards the cost the cards will contribute. So when we've got a hand of cards, let's say if we wanted to put, say, this guy in, and we're placing it in the middle, not on the flank, he's going to cost 5. We have to discard cards from our hand that total 5 here. So we could discard the elephant for 3, and then another card for 2 to pay to put this guy into play. Right, so that's how we're choosing our cards. Commanders do nothing but offer command points, so they're good for being able to just get high value cards out into play. Finally, these numbers here tell you how many of these cards are in the deck, and then this number over to the right, should we end up in a draw situation, then these are victory points that will resolve a draw. I'm going to try and second guess my opponent. I think OG is going to go with elephants and light infantry, so I'm going to choose. Yeah, I'm gonna not take the elephants and light infantry. I'm gonna go for more of cavalry and try and rush him a little bit. So I'm gonna take the 2 commands. So these get discarded. I'll keep these. This will be my army deck. All right, and so we go on. So we draw another 4. So I don't want elephants. I do want reserves. Let's toss this and keep the archer. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got some. Right, I don't want these light infantry, they combine well with elephants. I like the idea of getting some low cost light cavalry out, so let's select some light cavalry. I want to concentrate my army a little bit. I think I'm going to go for Let's take these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's discard those. We've got some cavalry and another. These are kind of like tactic cards, if you like. They're called action cards. So we're gonna try and take those and be a little bit more tactical. That's the way I like to play. We should have 24 cards. These will become our deck for the game. We'll give these a good shuffle. And then we'll take the first shuffle card. We place this on the bottom. When we hit this, we flip it over to second shuffle, and then the game ends once we've gone through the deck a third time. Alright, so this is the length of the game, at which point it will be declared a draw, and then we count victory points.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I'm not as smooth as shuffler as Rick is, but I still can mix the cards, I'm sure. So then we draw the starting hand of 9 cards. 6, 7, 8, and 9.
And we're ready to begin. Over to OG to take the first turn of the game.
Okay, so what I want to do is to get people out here in the woods, and preferably this light infantry. I also want to secure the flank by putting some units here and some units here, so that he can't flank me. Well, the first we do is check for victory, but there's no victory yet, of course, and victory is when you control 3 terrain. And then we have the advanced phase, where we take control over terrains that we have units on and the enemy has none. There's nothing on the board yet, so that doesn't apply either. Then I can do my player actions. I can place unit, attack, or play reserves card. And I'm going to play the reserve card, because that allows me to draw 3 cards. That was in my discard pile. And I draw 3 more cards, that gives me more to work with. There's another one of this light one, and an elephant, and a medium infantry. Now I have quite a big hand. So I want to play this guy up in the woods, and in order to place units I need to pay their cost in the yellow flag. So this is 1. The cost is paid with these command points, and this commander can, this is basically one of the things the commander can do is to place units on the board. So he has a 5 pointer, so he can place units worth up to a total of 5. I will place 1 in the woods, I will place 2 in the woods, and then I will try to secure this area here with something a little bit stronger. I have 3 points left. I will add this medium infantry to the plane, and that is 5 already, and I'm going to add this rider, which is a light cavalry. It has a cost of 0 just out here to secure this flank region so he can't flank me. Do I want to do anything more? There's nothing to attack yet because he hasn't placed any cards yet, so that we skip attacking. The commander goes to discard pile. I'm not sure. I think I want to use this rider. The command value of this rider is 3. I will use that to place this medium infantry here as well. So units can only be placed with units that are identical, except archers, which can go with any unit, and light infantry, which can go with elephants, or vice versa. I don't want to put elephants in the woods because they get a penalty. And now they have a bonus because they are identical, or they have a bonus because they are 2 units. It would be nice also to get the archer out here, but I'm unable to do that now. So I think I'll stop my turn there, and I draw 3 cards. as I do at the end of my turn. Oh, look at that. That's excellent, though you can't see this card well. Okay, so that's nice. Now I will set over to the red army and see what he is up to.
Wow, that's that's a pretty good start from OG. That's nasty. Let's see, I've got to do something about these woods. And obviously the threat here is that he can perform a flanking move with his medium infantry. So if I take control of his plains, that's going to put this guy out of action. You can only flank, attack a column like this if your other side, so here his right hand side, is left open. Okay, there's no opposing units. So at the moment that's a flanking move. If I put a unit here, it will stop him flanking. And that's one of the benefits of these columns on the flank here, because they can't have an opposing unit on the other side. So this guy could always flank here and attack this column from here. Alright, so let's put something down here, something cheap, I think. Well, let's try this. Let's try putting the light cavalry here. They don't cost anything to play. And then I want some units up in the woods. If we take a look at the woods and what we've got to contend with, at the moment he's got a combat value of 1. Only one of these units combat values will be used, and that's which unit he declares as the leading unit. Alright, so at the moment he's got a combat value of 1. The second unit is always a supporting unit. It has to be of the same type, unless a card says otherwise. It has to be the same type, and it's always, no matter what its combat value, it only ever gives a +1. Okay, so this is going to be a 1, +1, that's 2. But he's also got a benefit from the woods. It says light infantry get +1 in attack and defense. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 in total. Heavy infantry, spear, pike, cavalry, elephants are -2 in attack and defense. So I don't want to put anything like that ideally. So let's see, my cavalry, archers, heavy infantry, well, my medium infantry is the obvious choice. That would cost me 3 +1 because they don't like being on the flanks. So it's going to cost me 4 to put that one in. 4. Let's think about what else I want to put down first. We'll put a supporting unit. I don't have another medium infantry, but this archer can be combined with any type, so I can put that down there as well. That will give me an attack of 3, 4. 4 versus 3. That gives me the edge, especially if I use this as my support card. And let's see. That means that I'm pretty much unbeatable unless he has a tactic card to play. He could have an overlap, for example. Let's put this cavalry here. That's going to cost me 1, 2. What was that? 4, 5, 6, and 8. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do that. Okay, where should we start the attack? What I want to do is try to draw out his bonus cards. What's going to happen next is we can each play a bonus card to our attack. Okay, if I play here, he's going to play a combat card from his hand. I'll play my bonus, but I don't want to play this one. I want to play this one with here. What you can do instead is draw the top card of your deck. So it's kind of a little bit of a mystery of what that's going to be, and play that as the bonus. If I do that, it might draw his better cards out for the real attack. So this is kind of a feint at the moment, if you like. This is the real attack I'm trying to put forward. Granted, though, it's not a very good feint. I should have perhaps kept those in my hand, done the attack, and then deployed these. Yeah, because you can take these actions in any orders, right? So it's deploy actions, attack actions, play an action card. So you have got this kind of freedom to do these things as many times as you like and in any order. Alright, never mind. Okay, we've revealed the fact that we're heading here, so it's a feint, but we've blown our cover. Okay, let's think about these attacks. When you compare combat values, 1 versus 3, the bonus card, the one that you can either play from your hand or the hidden one from the top of your deck, it's the combat points that get added. So if I added this one into here, it would be 3 + 5, 8. versus 1, and whatever he puts in. That's why I want this one to be used for this, the main attack. Let's see what... Oh, is the commander. Alright, let's hope he doesn't withdraw, because it's kind of a lost opportunity if he withdraws. He has the opportunity to retreat, but we'll see. We'll explain that if and when it happens, I think. Okay, I'll keep this in my hand. The cards I've used to pay go to my discard pile. They'll come back after my first reshuffle. Let's keep this one up my sleeve for this main battle. Okay, we're declaring attack here. Let's see how OG responds.
So now Rick has announced an attack on the plains with his heavy cavalry against my light cavalry. And he draws a bonus card from the deck. It means that if this is a high command value card, like a commander, he will have 5+3 in combat strength. That is 8, and I only have 1 there. I can choose to play a card from my hand, and my highest card is this one, which I have in my hand, but that will only give me 6. Of course, he drew a bonus card from the deck and not from his hand, and I can do the same. I can draw a bonus card from the deck, but that will waste my card, I think, and I don't think I have a chance standing against his cavalry. So I will choose to retreat. A unit that has a lower movement or maneuver value, this yellow one here, than the lead unit in the attack, and there's only 1 unit in the attack, so this is obviously the lead with a value of 2, but because my value is lower, I can retreat. And the difference between retreating and being defeated is that when I retreat, I go to my discard pile, but if I stand and fight and get killed, this card will go to, basically it goes to Rick in this case. He will take care of the card and it will be out of the draw for the next round. Also, there's another important thing here, is that when I retreat, he will of course be victorious here on the plains, but he will not be able to take control of the plains.
Oh, just okay. This we didn't want to happen. OG, it was a commander. You've scuppered my plan. What that means is the attacker doesn't take control. If I had 2 new units here, one of them would be forced to retreat. So, but what it does mean is now I've got a position here where at the beginning of my next turn I'm potentially taking some control unless he can counter some way. Alright then, we're attacking now at the woods. I have to declare my leader, and my bonus card is obviously going to be my commander from my hand. And let's see what he comes up with. So we've got 3 from my leader, +1 from the supporting unit, that's 4, +5, that's 9. He's going to have a hard job beating that, but he may recognise this fact and try and retreat. But if he retreats, then I've got the woods. I've done what I was trying to do. Okay, OG, what are you going to do?